Cut? Or what is it? Not cut.
No, action.
Action.
All right, welcome to the first episode of the Eagle Summit build. I'm Danny.
Manny.
There you go. Basically, we're looking to kind of spice up or spruce up his new daily driver.
That's it, cheap daily.
Exactly. I'd go ahead and shoot the STI here next to me, so I might do that a little bit later in the video so you see his current daily. So he wants to put that in the garage and actually make that his grocery getter and slash Manny Wagon.
Yeah, the Manny Wagon, fuel efficient.
There you go. Okay.
Car.
So basically, first video, all it's going to entail is us trying to get it to look a little bit nicer. So we're probably going to drop it a little bit. He's got an extra set of OEM STI springs that potentially will work. We have no idea until we pull out the old ones to find out if that's actually going to be a feasible, idea or even something that'll eventually work. If it doesn't, you know how I feel about this. I don't usually like cutting springs and doing that kind of stuff, but this is a budget build.
Exactly, so it doesn't really matter.
So it doesn't really matter right now. I guess we'll do a quick walk around or walk through video of the car so you guys can take a look at it and become familiar with it. And I guess this hopefully will be the first of many.
Let's do it, yeah.
All right, good. Cool. So for those of you watching over there, we had a little issue with different size lug nuts. Basically, whoever had this car before just kind of skimped out on getting the correct size lug nuts. So we had a little bit of a mix up there trying to figure out what's what. When in doubt, use a long extension or a handle to create more torque and leverage. All right, so here's the differences between the two strut assemblies. The one on the left is the OEM STI, and the one on the right is the Eagle Summit, the L size body. And if you look at the diameter, it looks pretty close. I know it's kind of hard to tell with the camera here, but since the spring is much shorter, what we're going to attempt to do is see if it'll fit by swapping, basically compressing the springs with small spring compressors that we have there. So hopefully this will do the trick. And I guess we'll report back in a few minutes to find out if that's worked. So we'll go ahead, I guess, and place those spring compressors on there, right?
Yes.
All right, and give that a shot. All right, update time. So we removed as you saw, we almost had a near miss removing the spring, and that, boys and girls, happens when you don't compress your spring far enough. So we kind of used a set of these ratchet looking spring compressors. So we probably could have used an impact gun to get it a little bit lower, but unfortunately we didn't have those tools on hand. So we just kind of ended up doing it with the regular ratchets that you probably see sitting over there in the back. So upon inspection, we found out that the shocks were blown. So Manny decided he'd rather, keep the suspension sort of somewhat tolerable under regular conditions on the road. So we picked up that set. Boxes are over here on the right-hand side. And we more than likely will need to transfer that dust boot and the looks like that bump stop that's on there to see if we can get that to seat properly. It doesn't look like they're in too bad of a shape. So I think we can do that fairly quickly. And we've abandoned the idea of cutting the STI springs because it looks like it just wasn't going to work. They're a little bit thicker, so yeah, they'll be a little bit harsher on the road. But I think instead of ruining a perfectly good set of springs, we probably ruin these instead. So we're going to probably cut. What do you think about maybe two
coils in the front, maybe 1.5 in the back?
Okay.
Have that little rake look to it.
Okay.
We'll go from there.
All right. So we also, while we were out, we picked up, I think it was a corner light. It was out, a 168 bulb, for that, so that passenger side. And I think you just replaced it off camera, if I'm not mistaken. So we didn't show a video of that. But I know that I didn't talk about the procedure a little bit earlier, but just to talk about a little bit what we did. There's 3 buttons, actually I should say 3 bolts that go on top that I didn't show. So basically, it's 5 bolts total. I guess 6 if you count. So you got the brake line. So you got the 3 that you got to undo on the top. Near the bottom there, it just takes basically these 2 bolts. You probably see the bolt holes here, and on the rear, you probably see where the brake line goes. But that's all. Once that's done, you get enough clearance. Just make sure you jack up the car high enough to get a little bit of a clearance, and then just remove it. But that's all in all in. I think what we'll do now is just really quickly, just try to kind of mark out, I guess, where we're going to cut that, transfer over the parts that we need, and then we do a test fit.
That's it, man.
All right. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
all right,
man.
Thanks.
Remember, guys, a little bit of safety. Fat eyeglass wear.
While you're trying to crouch down.
All right, guys. Finished product. Cut about 2 coils off of it. Let's test fit it, see how it looks. Yeah, definitely. Perfect. That looks pretty good.
All right.
We're not tucking any tires yet, but
It's pretty good. You gotta admit. So I get a closer look.
Definitely no slammage, but
It's pretty good, man.
looks good.
Yeah.
Eventually,
It's about right.
when we research the Evo 8 coilover setup, if I find a set of those, we'll probably try to do that, get a little lower. Once we find a set of rims and stuff we want for it, and we'll go from there. But it's a good start with the hubcaps. Let's put it on and see what it looks like. Our 5-lug, 4-lug Steely.
Nice. You want to grab the, see how much you cut off of the,
Oh, yeah,
the spring itself, just to show that real quick.
So about 2 coils. What do you think, man? That seems about 2 coils.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty perfect. Slow enough, but not too low, to where we're gonna have trouble driving it around and dailying it. Looks good, and I'm sure with time it'll settle a little bit more too. So looks good, man.
All right, so we go off to the next one.
That's it. Let's do it.
All right.
Pretty even, right? Pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Update time. So we've got the first portion of the project done. We've got the front end finished. So basically we cut the coilovers, or I should say, I keep saying
Coils. We cut the coils, about 2 coils off.
You know, yeah,
Got
exactly.
a nice drop.
Exactly. So Manny's satisfied with the progress so far. So I guess next part of the project is going to be the rear. Things or little issues that we noted that we have to fix for next time. Definitely the lug nuts. You gotta get new ones.
New set of lug
missing
nuts.
One over there.
I think
I guess we would just go all the same. Get them all.
Definitely.
They're all pretty much what is it? M12 by 1.5.
Same size as Honda lug nuts.
Exactly. So it's pretty common, lug nut size. I would say let's go on a trip to the junkyard or something and then pick some up. But I think we're gonna do that right.
Yeah.
And at least so you don't have any issues after the future. And if the plane stopped flying by, or at least subsides, we could probably. There we go. Much better now.
You'll notice if we're shooting at my house, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to the airport, but hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, yes. So I guess I'm not sure if we're going to make this a second part of the episode or maybe a whole other episode, but we're losing light fast, so I guess we're going to have to work pretty quickly. We've got to work like a little work light on the back of the car, so it should give us enough light to kind of finish the job today. But depending on how much we have left, we might break this up to another episode. So I guess let's proceed to the rest of the
Shouldn't be too bad.
Shouldn't be too bad.